All right, welcome to Compounding, guys. How have y'all been? How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just trying to
Good.
survive the market.
Oh yeah, to survive the market and make the money. So this video is going to be about our thoughts on if there's a market correction happening or not, and we're just going to read some articles and give our final views. Actually, we can start off with that. I don't want to be one of those channels that you have to wait till the very end to see our opinion. But what do you think? Well, I'll give you my opinion first. I think we are already in a correction with what's been happening the past week. And from what I read, especially what Michael Burry has to say, he's a stock market investor. He was the guy behind the movie The Big Short. Um, he says that, where is he? He says that because there's so much borrowed money in the market, and that sooner or later people have to pull out. There could be a dip coming or a correction coming soon, and they're mainly in the Nasdaq companies, the tech companies. So that's what's possible there because of that, and I agree with him. Not that I agree with him. Just like what's the word? How best to say this? I don't disagree with him. Like I don't deny it, or you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
like
can see he might be
yeah, I don't
wrong,
want
but
to. Yeah, like I don't want to argue against him because he's obviously been right so many times and he knows what he's doing, and he enjoys this. I think is far beyond the money for him. I think he just enjoys it, and he's a doctor and everything by trade.
also
Uh,
I do want to say I aside from all the articles, I think that just looking at the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq returns in the last few months makes me a little unsure that this is going to continue because just look at the past, 6 months or whatever. Like back in actually look at the past year. Um, S&P 500 is now at what is it at? It almost hit 4,000.
yeah.
Um, so it was at SPY hit 394, and at the very bottom it was under 220 or
Hmm.
225, which that's an insane increase in just 6 to 9 months. And
Hmm.
I think we're due for a correction anyways. It's just too high of a return for that period of time.
Yeah. Um. So overall, I think we can both say we both think a correction is pending. Um. It's
And I
just
think
about
it's going
how
to
much.
happen by March, end of March is my guess.
Yeah, and I think we're already starting a correction the past week, and I don't know if there's going to rebound because a lot of times we've had these drops, these red days, but then it rebounds the next day. So I unfortunately bought a very expensive Tesla call option, which I kind of regret now, but it's all good. I may lose a couple thousand, but hopefully there'll be a rebound in the next 2 3 weeks, and then I think it's best to keep cash if you are doing day trading or weekly trading. Try to hold some cash next couple of weeks to see how things turn out, and maybe this is your chance to finally go in long to find a good discount on everything and take it from there. What do you think about
Yeah.
that? This is your chance to go in cheap, get things at discount.
Well, not just that, but I think going in with some quality options is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because once the market drops a good 10% and has its correction, usually there's always a quick rebound after that. And I
Yeah.
think if you
Mm-hmm.
set yourself up for good option trading,
Mm-hmm.
then you're
Mm-hmm.
in to make some returns.
Yeah, I think the mentality I'm adopting right now. 'Cause I actually went to I'm really starting to realize I think I screwed up, but it's screwed up if I actually just give up and completely just forget about it. But okay, I may lose a couple of thousand today, but if I play it right and wait for like the biggest correction, if it hits and then keeps going down, then I can buy the option. I may miss it by a day or two or even a couple of days, but I can buy something extremely cheap. um, Tesla call options, let's say, or some call options for some ARC innovation, ARC ETFs. Uh, we can buy it pretty cheap if there is a correction, and we can buy something that expires 5 6 months from now. So that's a lot of time for it to come back up, for it to rebound,
Yeah.
if anything. And I think it
Mm-hmm.
will. I think it will. I think every time there's a correction, people understand. People think, hey, which industries are gone, or people kind. There's also an industry shift. You know what I mean? People think,
Yeah.
hey, I don't want to. thinking about it. I don't want to mess with this industry. Thinking about it, I don't want to invest in this industry. I want to invest more in these other industries. So I think that's what happened during the March 2020 March correction. What do you think about that? People like, because not all companies are back up. A lot of companies are still down. A lot of industries are still getting wrecked from that.
That's why
And
tech might end up being the one that gets hit the hardest. I mean, just today in the market, tech went down over 2%.
That's because it's not because it's doing bad. The industry is doing bad. It's because it's just overvalued.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And
Like
yeah.
It's been doing so good that when it does go down, it goes down harder.
Yeah, but it will come back up. It's not like the industry is done. That's the thing with many other industries, like the cruise industry or the oil and gas industries. Even though oil and gas runs the world and renewable energy has such a long way to go, man, it's barely scratched the surface, to be honest. But
well, yeah, that's why they say they also might expect a renewable crash because renewables have severely outperformed the market, even though the fundamentals aren't there yet.
mm-hmm.
So they say it might be in a bubble.
Yeah. But I think end of the day, what matters is to get in at good prices. Like if you're young, you're always going to win. If you have a 20-25 year plan, what do you think about that? Because that's my mentality. I may lose a couple thousand here and there, and that's part of the game. As long
the
as
only reason people tend to invest in less risky stuff that have, less of a reward, but they're more stable is because if they plan to take that money out in 5 years, they can't take that risk. But if you have a 20 to 30 year horizon, any ups and downs today won't matter.
Yeah, it's truly insignificant. And if anything, what I think about these moments is this is your chance to like buy more stocks and make as minimum as mistakes as possible. This is your chance to buy more stocks, buy more ETFs, buy more index funds, and you can shave 5 months from your retirement. You can shave 6 months from your retirement. Like, take advantage of these. Dump more of your cash into these red days, these extremely discount days, I like to call them. And what do you think about that? That's what I think. Like, hey, if it goes down 10-20%, 10% of the market, or like your ETFs, put 3-4 months of your of your cash in there, what you're going to invest over the course of 2-3 months. I would put in there all at once. That's what I do.
Yep, exactly, because it's only going to go most likely up from there.
Yeah, and then
but there's nothing also wrong if you want to play it 100% save. There's nothing wrong with just putting in the same amount every week, regardless of what happens. But if you try and time the market a little bit by doing that, it might work in your favor.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's nothing special. The more you risk, the higher the reward. But again, I think with a 20-25 year horizon, you can only win. And I think that's important to realize, to look long term, because these day-to-day activities may hit you hard, may get to you, may lower your prospects. It may diminish your hope. It may not be as hopeful. I definitely, after today, of the past week, I was a lot more hopeful. Like a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago, I was up 50%. Today, I'm up 38%. From my 1 year return. So that's a huge crush. But when I think about over the long period of like 20 to 30 years, I think, more than fine.
Yeah. Well, I think we're out of our time commitment, but let's see what happens with the market. I'm going to stick to my claim or guess that it's going to correct by the end of March, which leaves us about a month. So we'll see what happens.
All right, I think so as well. We have another 20 to finish it up. I also think that there'll be a correction, but I think by April, May, it'll clean itself up. What do you think about that? Or is that?
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're interested or you enjoyed our content, message us, drop a like or a comment or subscribe, and that'll encourage us to make more videos. Appreciate it, guys. Bye.
Thanks.